Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna be going over how you can actually go ahead and make a cash cow YouTube video, because I know a lot of people have questions about that. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a step-by-step just instructions on how I do it and how I create all my videos. Besides, obviously now I pretty much outsource the entire video production, but when I was creating the videos, when I was broke, when I didn't have money and I couldn't afford to pay someone else to do the videos for me, I'm gonna go ahead and break down the process that I go through in order to make those videos. What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now before I break down how to actually create a cash cow video, I want you guys to do me a favor by smashing a like on this video if this does help you out, and comment down below with some information about just questions or whatever you may have, so then that way I can assist you and help you guys out and make a video around whatever questions you may have. And also, if you do subscribe to the channel, make sure you say I subscribe. I'll respond to as many of you guys down below as I can. So let's go ahead and hop into today's video. So look, when you're creating a video for a cash cow channel, it can be very tricky because sometimes people run into the process or the problem of making the video itself because they don't obviously know where to go. A lot of people, they freeze. They get the information about what a cash cow channel is, but they don't know where to even start. So in this video, hopefully it clears up everything you need, and when it comes down to starting and just kind of the day, I guess you could call it almost like a day in the life or day in the process. I don't know what I would call it, of kind of like what you would do and the systems in place in order to actually create a cash cow video. Okay, so let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So the first step when you're creating a video is obviously you need to come up with a video idea. That is the most important factor, when it comes down to a successful video, is obviously the video idea. And so on my computer, I'm gonna hop over here and I'm gonna break down kind of the process that I go through. Now, I'm not gonna give you the full process because there's a lot that goes into it. You can watch my other videos in order to get information on the full process when it comes down to coming up with a really good video idea. But I'll give you like a really simple way that I do it. There's different methods about it on coming up with a video idea. So let's just go ahead and hop on my computer and let's do it. Hey guys, so when it comes down to coming up with video ideas, so first off, in this video, I'm gonna be showing you kind of a sample of kind of what I do. So it's not gonna be me actually creating a video, but I am gonna show you obviously the process when it comes down to creating the video. But obviously I'm not gonna upload this video because I know it's not a good video. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is a video I made on one of my channels. So this is my channel Up Next. So I uploaded this video right here and everything a while ago. It was like 5 months ago. And pretty much what happened was where I had my script writer go ahead and write the script. What usually happens is you would be writing your own scripts when you don't have money to hire someone else. You'd be writing your own scripts. You can do word for word, or the easiest way is bullet point. But in this video, I'm going to have a word for word script. But let's just say I didn't even have this video idea. You can see it got 145K views, so it didn't do bad. But let's just say I didn't even have this video idea. What I did to get that video idea is I went to a random competitor, like let's say CBR. And these guys upload similar videos to mine. So what I would do is I usually just go through to see what they're doing. For example, look, Black Panther 2, a new king will be crowned, something like that, right? You see that it gets more views than their average video. I usually go for the videos that get more views than their average videos on the channel. And that's kind of how I found that whole idea. And then I changed it up a little bit. I didn't just copy, like I edited the title to make it different and everything. You can see like the title here is Wakanda Secrets Marvel is Keeping From You. I think their title was a little bit different. So that's just what I'm saying. Like that's pretty much like how the process I go through when it comes down to coming up with a video idea. It's very simple. There's different methods to it. This is like just one of the methods of like the 5 different methods I have. This is when you actually become big. When you become big, then you can do this type of method. This method doesn't work when you're smaller. So I'm talking like once you're making like 500 views or so average every video, that's when this method works. But anyways, so that's pretty much the process of I go through when it comes down to coming up with a video idea now that I have a successful channel. But then what you do is you go over here. Let's say I wanted to go ahead and make that video, right? I wanted to create the script. Again, I'll show you an example of one of the scripts. So this is one of the scripts that my script writer made, but you can see like the way we like wrote it and everything. Like I said, for some of you guys who do not have script writers, you can just go ahead and do it yourself. You don't need word for word. You can just do bullet points, but make sure you have bullet points, because if you go in there without a bullet point script or word for word script, the video will be like really bad. It'll be all over the place. It's just a mess. So make sure you actually have your video laid out on how you're going to present the video and do some research about it. So anyway, so usually what I do is I just watch other people's videos and I see what they said, and then I try to do the same thing but make it better, and then try to like rearrange the number in the order of how they said it. And this is what my scriptwriter is trained to do. So this is pretty much the script that kind of came up with that you can literally hear in the video itself. But let's just say I decided to write the script for this video, and this is pretty much the script I would end up coming up with. Okay, so here's the thing. Next, we have to create the thumbnail, right? So I usually come up with a video idea, then the thumbnail, then the script. I kind of rearranged it wrong in this video, but that's pretty much the process I go through. You can do both if you want. So this is pretty much what I do. The thumbnail size is going to be 1280 by 720. So you're just going to go ahead and say create. Okay, cool. So once this is created, this is pretty much the process I go through when it comes down to creating a thumbnail like you saw there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up, open up Google. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and search for, you know, since we're talking about Wakanda, like a new Wakanda, I'm going to go ahead and search like Wakanda, and then images. And what I'm going to do is try to find some images that I can kind of like almost do like clickbait with. You know, you want to do some type of image that's going to grab a lot of attention. So here's an example, like right here, you can see this one. So Wakanda Secrets, this would actually be a good one. I can easily do a circle somewhere on here and some arrows just to grab people's attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say save image as. I'm then going to go ahead and scroll up here to try to find a arrow. So I'm going to say arrow PNG. Let's see what else we got out here to do. We could go for this arrow. I don't know. The arrows I'm always selective about, to be honest. But just for this video, I'm probably just going to hurry through and I'm just going to do this. If you have the course and everything, obviously you can check to, watch the videos and everything that we have on the course that teaches you how to do it really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up Photoshop again, put it here. Let's make this bigger. I'm thinking, honestly, I'm going to actually zoom in on him a little bit. I don't know. Like a piece of me almost wants to zoom in just a little bit on him. And then we're going to get this arrow. And then I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Let's just have it kind of pointed here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to like circle out of the stuff. Something that grabs people's attention. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually Photoshop something. But in this video, I'm just not going to Photoshop it. But maybe I would Photoshop something over here. But I'm going to go ahead and get this circle tool right here. I'm going to circle this. I'm going to go over and create a new layer. Forgot to create a new layer. And then I'm going to say stroke. What I'm going to say is I'm going to say, let's do red, because red always seems to pop out like that. Boom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this arrow, red arrow right here. I'm going to say blending options. I usually like to do a drop shadow on here. As you can see, makes it look bigger and like better. And then you can have that arrow kind of pointing over there. And what I like to do is I like to kind of like grab this circle right here. I click on kind of like the image layer. I say control copy to copy that. Then I create a new layer and then I paste it. And then what I can do is I can actually make this bigger like so. And what I really love to do is this thing that seems to always work, not always, but usually works. What I do is I go ahead and I say, like over here, I go to image. Once I'm on the layer, I select the layer and I go to like image, I think. Or no, it's filter. I go to filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur. What I like to do is I like to blur it up. I'm actually not going to do that blur. I'm going to do the other blur because the pixel blur always seems to work way better. So I can say crystallize, or I can say mosaic, but either way, both works pretty well. Boom. You can see that like crystallizes it. Boom. Like that. And then what you can do is you can select this blending options. I'm going to say a stroke and we're going to make that stroke red. Oh wait, shoot. Let's see. We might have to redo the stroke a little bit. Oh well, just for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna do it. This isn't the way I would probably take more time on it. Obviously, I'm just rushing through it for you guys. I'm gonna go to new layer, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a rectangle tool. I'm gonna make it like a line, kind of pretty thick so people can notice it, and then boom, fill it in. Deselect. I know I'm going fast, guys, but I've done this since 2016, so eventually it's like a formula you just get down. But anyways, the goal is we're trying to make it where it points to this. It's clickbait, right? You're trying to grab attention, be like, what is that? Like, you're trying to make people ask the question, what is that? And then I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. There we go. So you guys can see that's pretty much what I do right there. I might add a word of text. I try not to add too much text, but I try to add maybe a word if it adds onto it. And I say OMG, like that, just to be like, oh my gosh, no way. I don't know, something that grabs people's attention. I'm going to position it right underneath it, so then it like grabs people's attention. But I'm going to first add a drop shadow. Stands out a lot more. There we go. I always love drop shadows. Those are like my favorite. There we go. And you can put it right there. OMG. So you guys can see this is like really good clickbait. It grabs people's attention. And then I'm going to save this as a PNG, and then I can just upload it. Okay, finally, after you make the thumbnail, after you come up with the video idea, the final step, well, not really the final, but the other step is you need to obviously film the commentary. You need to, record the video pretty much. And so on here, I got a microphone. Now, most people will not have this microphone. This is a Shure SM7B. This microphone costs like $600 something. So obviously most people are not gonna have this microphone, and that's totally fine. You do not need a crazy microphone to get started. All you need is a decent microphone, and make sure you go into a place that's quiet, that doesn't have a lot of echo, like maybe your closet, and just use that. A Blue Snowball, it's like a $60 mic. You can easily use that microphone, and it does perfect of a job. So that's what we're gonna do next. I'm gonna hop on my computer and show you kind of the process of what I do once the microphone is plugged into the computer, and kind of what I do to edit it to sound good. Okay, so next is where we go ahead and create the narration. So obviously, like I said, we got the script already done, and we got the Audacity opened up. So I recommend Audacity. Audacity is just a great software. There's so many amazing softwares out there for your microphone, but Audacity I've always had the best success with. But anyway, so what I would do is I would go ahead and get Audacity like this, and I would just read the script and read it like really good. All right, let's go ahead and start recording. So I'm just gonna make sure everything's ready to go. I'm only gonna read all the way through here just to get to the point, but let's just go ahead and start. This is how I do it. You can do a different narration style, but I recommend this type of style. Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been waiting as patiently as possible for Phase 4 to kick off. Fortunately, the wait is nearly over, and we're about to embark on new adventures. With that being said, there are definitely mysteries that need solving. That's why we're covering the Wakanda secrets Marvel is keeping from you. Wonder what those secrets are? Well, keep watching to find out. What we know about Wakanda. Before we dive into the secrets of Wakanda, we need to first cover what is already known about the Marvel-based country. We first learned about Wakanda long ago during the 2010s. Iron Man 2 via, visual Easter egg. However, fans got even more insight into Wakanda with the 2015's Avengers Age of Ultron as a brief mention. It wasn't until 2016's Captain America Civil War that we finally saw Wakanda begin to step into the spotlight. This was also the time we saw Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman, make his debut. We learned that Wakanda has kept their nation a secret from the outside world. This turned to be a good reason, since their main source of wealth and technology was thanks to the extremely precious Wakanda metal. Okay, so I'm just gonna end it right there. So once I end it right there, this is pretty much the process I go through when it comes down to, let's say I'm editing this software. Let's say I made a mistake, right, on the editing software. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, right here, this part, I don't want. Like, let me play it to you. Okay, so I'm just gonna end it right there. See, I don't want that in there, obviously. So what you do, this is what you can do. It's really cool. So in the software Audacity, you can select and hold down and click, and then you can say delete, like press the delete hotkey, and boom, it deletes it. It's really unique. So you can just go ahead and go through this entire thing to edit it. Obviously, like on one take, I did pretty good. I'm just gonna edit this. There we go. And then what you're gonna do now is you're gonna add some effects. It varies for everyone's microphone, but these are the effects I use for the SM7Bs. So I'll double click to select all, then I'll go to effect, I'll go to bass and treble, and then I'll say maybe a little bit more. I don't really know. Usually I have it by default, so maybe those are the default settings, but I'm just gonna say select, makes it a little bit bigger. You guys can see it sounds better when you do that. Then I'm gonna go back up to effect. I'm actually gonna say amplify. The reason why I say amplify is because that's only because you see these levels are so tiny and quiet. So I want the levels to be a little bit bigger, but I don't want it to be too big that the audio is distorted. So I maybe go up to 6. Let's see what it looks like. Boom. It's a little bit big. You see these peaks? You don't want these peaks to pass, but if it's once in a while, it's okay. That's just when I say that's the only time it peaks like that. But yeah, so generally speaking, it looks already good. Let me play it back real quick so you guys can hear it. Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been waiting as patiently as possible for Phase 4 to kick off. Fortunately, the wait is nearly over, and we're about to embark on new adventure. Boom. So you guys can go ahead and see that. Now, let me show you exactly what the video turned out to be. So you can kind of see as a reference what someone else did when I hired another narrator, and you can kind of see what they said. If the ad, is in the way, let's just wait for that to end. All right, let's just wait. There we go. All right. Oh, another ad. Well, this is the great thing about making money on YouTube. You get so many ads like this. All right, here we go.
Secrets Marvel is keeping from you. Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been waiting patiently as possible Phase 4 kicks off. Fortunately, the wait is nearly over, and we're about to embark on new adventures. With that being said, there are definitely mysteries that still need solving. That's why we're covering the Wakanda secrets Marvel has been keeping.
So you can see he does a different style. I do a different style. It's totally up to you. You want to find your style and your voice, but that's pretty much it right there. So that's how we kind of create our videos. Next, I'm going to export it, and I usually export this. All you have to do is go up to File, then Export, and I usually export it as WAV. You can do MP3, whatever works for you. But once we export it, then it goes straight into the editing. Okay, so finally, the final step is we need to put it together in the video editor. Now, personally for me, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and so you guys could probably find a free version out there, like a free, like another editor version or editing software that's for free. You can find that out there, but for me, I really love Adobe Premiere Pro. Yes, it's paid, and sure, $50 or so for me a month, but I personally love it because, to be honest, like, it really makes editing so much simple for me. But obviously that took a long time for me to get to that point, to figure that software out. So again, there's so many softwares. You can Google search that one out there that you can test out for free or whatever. And let's just go ahead and hop into my computer, and I'll show you kind of step by step of what I do when it comes down to editing these videos. Okay, so when I'm gonna go ahead and edit videos, what I usually do is I go ahead and try to find different images and video clips in order to use for the video. So I'll show you an example. I'll search over here, since we're talking about Wakanda, and I'll just search for Wakanda. I then go to images, I then go to tools, size, large, and boom. Now I get high quality pictures of what I'm talking about, really. And I'll do that for any search query I need to do. So for example, I'll get maybe an image of this. I'll say save image right here. I'll end up doing this for like everything I can find that I can use for the video. So just go through here on your own time if you're making a video, and just find different images that are high quality that you can zoom in and make some cool edits on whenever you're talking about the specific topic. When it comes down to videos, let's say I need a video clip. What I do is I usually do Black Panther and I say scenes. And then I'm going to go to filter. I usually say 4K because I want high quality. And now you got some pretty good scenes of the movie. Now I'm going to go ahead and say open link to new tab. I'm going to go ahead and copy the URL, right? So copy. I'm then going to go to a website called bitdownloader.com, and I'm going to download this video. I paste it in like that. So let's say search. And then I can go ahead and download this video, and I will do several video clips, and then I'll also do several images, and that's pretty much how you get your files for the edit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on editing. So I got this entire file right here where I can go ahead and edit videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag and drop different stuff into this, editing. Let's just do the commentary. So we're gonna drag and drop the commentary file. So you guys can see there's one thing. Sometimes this happens for some microphones where it's only one channel, one audio channel that's recording. For this, to solve it on at least on this editing software, I go ahead and select this. I can go up to where it says audio channels, and then let me drag it over here because I have different monitors, and you can see this right here, and I can go ahead and select, double check the one it's on. I think that's it. Yeah, it is. And boom, now you can hear it on both sides of your ear. Okay, so cool. So that's pretty much what you do right there. All right, so the next trick is pretty much we're going to go ahead and listen to what I said. I'm going to get different clips and different videos to kind of be put in the background talking about whatever it is. Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been waiting as patiently as possible for... Okay, so we're going to be just talking about, obviously, Black Panther in this moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get actually probably a video clip. I like to do a video clip at the very beginning because an image at the very beginning just doesn't do itself service because people's attention spans are low. So I like to do a little video. Now, there's a whole process that you go through when it comes down to fair use. Let me go real quick fix the sequence here. There's a whole process that goes through when it comes down to fair use on what you can do to actually edit a video. For example, like using other people's clips. Like, you can't just use someone else's clip. Like, there's a process behind it for you to legally use someone else's clip, and you only can use so many seconds of their footage. And so I'm going to do a little bit of edits here. I have, like, in my course, I have the entire information on how to edit it, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to hurry through this, so you can do this on your own time. But this is pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have like 10 seconds or 15 seconds of the video footage, and I'm also going to zoom in on it to add on to it a little bit to make it somewhat creative. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get the razor tool, and I'm probably going to find where the, let's see where the 15-second mark is, somewhere around here. Let's just say right here, 15-second mark right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I'm going to delete the sound layer here, and then obviously when you're playing it, fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been waiting as patiently as... So, all right, cool. Now, next is images. So this goes for video clips, that's fine. Next, we gotta talk about images. So if I'm gonna get an image, I'm gonna drag and drop this image on my other monitor over here, and then this is obviously an image. The max I usually do images for is maybe 5 seconds, maybe 7 seconds, but usually 5 seconds. And then just for attention span wise, I usually will, obviously anything that's black bars you get rid of, so you have to zoom in a little bit. Then you have to go to the very end over here, and you have to say scale position, go all the way to the very end over here, and then you have to zoom in like so, and boom, now you got it kind of zooming in. And watch and learn. What those secrets are, well, keep watching to find out. What we know about Wakanda. So you guys can go ahead and see that. Now, let me go ahead and show you what I mean when it comes down to trying to break up your video. I recommend in your video you try to break it up. What I mean by that is do almost subtitles. As you notice in the audio file right here, keep watching to find out. What we know about Wakanda. So do you notice how like I paused right there and I read a header? So in that moment, what you're going to do is you're going to create a completely different, it's totally up to you. Find your own style. This is just a random style I'm going to come up with. So we're going to go ahead and put this image right here. We're going to go ahead and zoom in on this image a little bit. I'm going to make sure it's right there where I said the subtitle. I'm going to make it max maybe 3 seconds or something. And then what I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to have it kind of zoom in slowly zoom in. So it has that slow zoom in effect like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to opacity. Over here you guys can see opacity. I'm going to lower the opacity to 50% because I want to put text on here so people can read it. So I'll get the text tool right here and I'll just say Wakanda's secrets, something like that. Obviously that's not the header, but I'm just gonna say it's the header that I read. And then we're gonna say middle like that. Boom. You guys can obviously see, you can make it fancy if you're actually editing this. Obviously I'm not making this an actual video, but there we go. Keep watching to find out what we know about Wakanda. Before we dive into the secrets of Wakanda, we need, and then boom. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and get more of the clips, more of the, photos, and just put it all the way through the entire video right here. So it creates a good, compelling video pretty much. So that's kind of the process you go through, the rough process you go through. Obviously I'm speeding, but that's the process you go through. All right. So the next final step would pretty much just be the music. Obviously you guys can go on different websites. There's free music by searching on YouTube. You can do non-copyright beats or whatever and find music and download the music and then put it in the background like so. I have different music and everything that I can totally use for this. I'm just going to go ahead and get some music just to show you as an example. All right, cool. So this is a beat. I'm going to go ahead and put this beat over here. I'm then going to go ahead and kind of chop it a little bit because I don't want the silence in the beat. Delete. All right, there we go. So what you're going to do now is you can go ahead and make, obviously you don't want the music to be louder than my voice. So you're going to go ahead and select the music file. You can select here where it says dB, and I usually say maybe -20. Totally depends on the soundtrack, and then we can play it. Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been waiting as patiently as possible for Phase 4 to kick off. Fortunately, the wait is nearly over, and we're about to embark on new adventures. With that being said, there are definitely mysteries that we need solving. That's why we're covering the Wakanda secrets Marvel is keeping from you. Wonder what those secrets are? Well, keep watching to find out. What we know about Wakanda. Before we dive into the secret, boom. So you guys see it, and obviously when you add music, it is critical because it sounds sick. It really sounds sick. So that's pretty much how you edit a video. Then when it comes down to rendering, again, depends on your video editing software, but assuming you're using Premiere, you just go up to File, and then you can just go ahead and say, let's see where it is, Export, say Export, and they say Export Media, and then there's a way you can just export it. And that's it for this video. Make sure you smash a like on this if it did help you out, and to go ahead and follow me on Instagram where I go ahead and give more tips out there about YouTube automation and kind of how you can get started. So follow me at KiloBox on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.